The VMO is the teardrop-shaped muscle that's largest and closest to your knee. It's also the most fast twitch of your quad muscles, making it a really potent performance booster in addition to the most important muscle to bulletproof your knee. The VMO gets prioritized when your knees go over your toes and when you go to the fullest bend. Therefore, a VMO squat simply means elevating your heels to get the fullest bend and the most knees over toes at the same time. A sturdy object simply allows more focus on the movement itself, with a grippy slant board being the best tool for the job. Contrary to popular belief, when 164 research papers were analyzed, it found that full bend squatting actually makes your knees more protected and makes you more athletic. And when you look at this over entire continents and you look at entire epidemics of knee surgeries around the world, we find only one thing. To the degree that we limit our knees bending, we are asking for surgery. And the greatest knee success stories in history all have one thing in common: embracing the full bend. Like George Hackenschmidt, arguably the greatest pioneer of full bend squatting, at age 75 was jumping over hurdles. Progression is incredibly simple. Once you can do 10 sets of 10 with your own body weight, you can add 5% of your body weight in additional load per week that you succeed. But those elbows have to stay above your thighs and not between them. Notice, both of those would mean not actually handling the weight with your VMOs. As the weight gets heavier, you are free to progress from dumbbell in front to barbell in front, but always sending in your form from that side angle so I can see if the knee shoots back or if it holds strong out of the bottom. If at any point in a session it gets too tough, you can simply go back to the previous week's weight and add 2.5% rather than 5 or 10%. Final understanding and pro tip. When we work on reverse step-ups, we're overloading the top position. When we work on ATG split squats, we're overloading the bottom position. Notice the midpoint on the split squat, not that much weight, it's all there. With the VMO squat, we're actually overloading that mid position, and for that reason, you can keep even harder tension by stopping just where your knee is above your toe. So you can actually keep your knees over your toes through the entire set. It's simple. The Ben with multiple knee surgeries and a 19-inch vertical never once trained with knees over toes and a full bend. My entire story I owe to dedicating progressive overload to this quality. Final bonus tip. I don't really want you thinking about your stance. I want you using a stance that's comfortable for you. However, there is some evidence that a closer stance emphasizes the VMO more, but I don't think it's actually about the closeness of the stance. Notice what happens if we go wider. Eventually, there's just not as much pressure on the VMOs. So I say just use whatever stance is comfortable, but know that you might want to try a closer stance and see if you feel that best.